and welcome,
Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
And we're in a good mood because the sun has moved into a new zodiac sun sign.
Gemini, the twins. We're not twins.
Oh no, we're not. But we're here today to present the monthly modality messages. And Banshee's going to describe what that is. It's our unique tarot and astrological reading.
Yes, we've decided to do things at the start of each zodiac sign for the month ahead till the sign switches into the next one. And we're doing cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs, the modalities of the zodiac. So basically, each modality gets its own special reading created just for them for the month ahead. I think that sums it up.
It's special.
Special.
So let's get started right away.
Indeed. All right. We'll be shuffling it up here for the cardinal signs. The cardinal signs are first.
And cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So as you can see, there's one each of the elementals there. And that's what a modality is. It contains each of the elemental signs and it creates a process or a strategy or a rhythm to how those signs operate in a particular month.
Oh. So we've designed the reading for each of these modalities. So for the cardinal signs, each cardinal sign contributes their energy to one of the positions in the reading. But the reading is for all the cardinal modalities. Cardinal signs: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn.
So card one is about the fire part of the modality and indicates what changes will you initiate this month.
And that card is?
The reversed Empress.
Well, well, the reversed Empress is saying that it's not a very creative time. So I think that, as far as changes go, I don't know that you're going to create very many changes this month. It's going to be kind of stagnating.
It may be that this card indicates that there's kind of a need to hunker down a little bit or to rest and kind of take a different view towards, your activities, especially where it regards creativity and production.
It is a negative card. So what I would suggest as well is that what changes you'll initiate this month maybe is changing, that. Maybe you need to get out of the doldrums. You need to shake things up a bit. You need to get those creative juices flowing again. Maybe those are the kinds of changes you need to work on this month, because right now they're the cat. Because right now they're kind of flatlined. Over here. Come on, you can't block the camera.
Right, that's what it is the changes are possibly getting out of these cosmic doldrums, so to speak. And as usual, we have a little bit of irritation
Over
from the kitty cat,
yeah.
So just mind us.
Me.
Let's just move right on to card two.
We will. Card two is the Hermit reversed.
And that's in the position of the water element of the modality. How will you nurture and cultivate your goals, desires, or relationships?
Well, clearly by getting out there, getting out of your shell, getting out of the cave, socializing a bit. I know a lot of people or states are reducing their, and countries are reducing their quarantine rules. So just be careful, because just because they're doing that, the virus hasn't gone away. But it does seem like people are going to start getting out of their shells and circulating more. And I think that's what you cardinal signs need.
It pooped out. So let's move on to the next one then.
Okay.
And it's Leo, Major Arcana Strength. Boy, they're all in a row here. Isn't that kind of funny? Nearly. And that's in the position of Libra, the air part of the element, how can you gain cooperation or support from others?
Wow. Well, just being in your power, being who you are. I think that, there's a lot of strength here for people to gain support of others just by showing their strength, their power, their self-empowerment. The fact that you are so self-confident and secure.
Well, I think that the thing about this Leo card showing up here is Leos tend to be the
That's right.
brightest star in the firmament. And that energy that's there from this card is saying for you cardinal signs, working through the air element part of this equation here, what you need to gain cooperation is just basically show everybody you're the born leader, because that's what the Leo energy gives us, is that kind of thing. And so cardinal signs are going to have to find that born leader quality within them and be able to also shine that outward. A part of the aspect of Leo is really heavy sun energy. And so with that, I think you can find that really, it's really about being some sort of inspiration to others.
Mm-hmm. Well, so it's very fascinating so far. We have all major arcana here. Let's see what the fourth card is. Capricorn Earth. How can my talents and resources best be put to use in the month ahead? Okay.
And it is another major arcana, so we'll have to shuffle better. And this one's the World. The World, and it's upright. So the World upright.
I was just checking them.
It's kind of cool that we have all that energy there. I would have to say that what this card is telling us, cardinal signs here, and it's a Saturnian energy, which is really about understanding responsibilities, learning, accepting lessons. I think that's kind of worthy there, saying like you have those energies to really show the perfection and show the process of going through the goal, going through your whole process and getting it together. And so that's what the World card is saying here, is you are the person, you cardinal signs are the persons who really have that energy.
Methinks I should have fed the cats before we did the reading. But no, they're full of energy tonight. They're full of energy.
Did you want to say anything there?
I did. As far as this goes, I think that, you should show your worldliness. You should show your, how successful you are. You should show, you should focus on the things that bring you success. The talents and resources, that you need to use are those that have brought you success in the past.
It is interesting.
Yes, that's a good idea, Mr. O.
Yes, I know. It is interesting that the World card falls into the position of Earth, since Earth and World are sometimes synonymous. Yes. So that's my final takeaway there. Did we want to sum it up real quick?
Real quickly, I would like to just say again, okay, for that first one, what changes you'll initiate. I'm really feeling more strongly about that card now, that basically, you got to do something to shake things up, to get out of a rut that maybe you have been in. And that's what the focus, what changes you need to initiate this month, is things that will get you out of that rut. Do things that inspire you. Do things that stimulate those creative impulses inside of you, whatever they may be.
Well, that sort of tells me that maybe the cardinal signs are really over experiencing all the problems with the pandemic and the shutdowns right now too. So the second card then is, of course, the Hermit, and it's working through those Cancer water energies. And the question was, how will you nurture, cultivate your plans? And I think that's saying really is, don't be a hermit. Break out of that.
Get out of your shell.
Just get out of that. Look for that inspiration and pull it out there and show it to others, because the Hermit has this wisdom. Why should he hold it all to himself?
And how can you gain cooperation and support from others? By, being, strength is also kind of like, what's the word? Vice over virtue kind of thing in a way.
Well, it's kind of emulating best practices. It's emulating best examples of how to really solve problems, how to tackle problems.
So I still feel that also it's about, showing that you're you're in control, you're strong. It's not like the Emperor, but it's a different way. It's kind of showing you have a real self-confidence from within that shines through you, that people feel confident that they can work with you.
And then finally, in the position of Earth, the Capricornian energies for this modality, we have the world, Saturn, and that brings the idea that we are learning from the lessons of time, we are understanding our responsibilities, we are growing with them, that kind of thing. And so that's really what we're bringing to the table here, is we have all of that behind us, all that lessons of time, all the struggles through learning our responsibility. We're bringing that to the table and using that.
And the world is also about success. And when it's saying, how can my talents and resources be put to best use? Well, use those talents and resources that have brought you success in the past. Think of what's worked for you in the past and bring them to the forefront. And you can't lose.
So now we're going to move on to the fixed signs. And fixed signs, they're basically the signs that kind of stabilize energies, okay? They maintain balance. Typically, the fixed signs are signs like Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. And so those all, the energies of this reading are how you will try to use things to stabilize and keep balance as you're working through your month's situations. So let's see, our first card then is going to, well, wait, I have to shuffle those cards first.
Yeah, the reason I've been shuffling so long is I don't know. They were not in order. We used them for our last modality. But it's so weird. And also, I spread them out and mixed them up before we even read tonight. So it's really interesting. We got all of those major arcana cards in the beginning.
It was destiny.
It must have been.
Already. And our first card is for the fire energy of Leo, and that question or that idea there is, what are the qualities we need, or the fixed signs need to display in order to make a positive impression on others?
Wow.
Oh dear.
I'll let you lead with that one.
The Tower reversed. Well, I think what it's saying is, of course, the inverse of that is that we need to show people that we have learned some lessons, that we have understood some really deep issues that were just literally calamitous, and that we realize what those problems and situations were. And so now we can bring that to the situation to try to model better behavior for people.
What he said, basically, I couldn't say it better. So I'm not going to on that one. No.
So our second card is about the Scorpio water energies. And the question is, what can those fixed signs share with others, or allow others to share with them?
And it's the King of Swords upright. And by the way, if we haven't mentioned it, I probably should have mentioned it at the beginning. We're using the Celestial Tarot by Kay Stevenson. The King of Swords indicates to me, what can you share or allow others to share with you is logical thinking, clear-headed thinking, thoughtful decisions based on fact, research. I think that's really important here, and showing, that you are a leader.
Well, I think
your
that
leadership skills.
There is a quality about legalism and also about leadership qualities with the King of Swords. So I think what that's basically saying is clear decision-making ability, fair judgment. These are the kind of things that this energy is bringing to that question. So when we are going through our situations this month, you fixed signs, you need to think about these energies, from that point of view of sharing your emotionality. This is that water energy saying, I can show you this. I know how to be a fair person. I can help you achieve the balance. Third card.
The third card is Aquarius Air. What role will my connections or the connections I make friends, families, associates, intimate partners play in this cycle. And it's the World again. Dun, dun, dun.
The World, Major Arcana 21.
Well, I think that the connections of your family, friends, etc., is a very good one. I mean, they can help you achieve success. Basically, I think if you work together with others, you can't go wrong.
I think that the World in this instance is very much an indication for networking. And this is saying to me that you have a strong network, or you know how to maintain and enhance and facilitate what's in your network. And so these natural abilities around you, people who like you and who want to share your success and who want to see you and themselves, create a sense of perfection. That's what you're going to draw from. You liked that, didn't you?
I liked what I said.
I liked it too.
Card 4, Taurus Earth. How will I be able to achieve a balance between work and pleasure? That is the Eight of Pentacles, with more work.
Oh, gee, that sounds like an overonificant saying. The only reward for hard work is more hard work.
But it's achieving the balance between work and pleasure. So basically, you got to work at it. You got to just make sure you're not putting in too many hours at the computer, Yeah, like I do sometimes. You might, you might also, on the other hand, hey, if you've been partying too much, stop it. You got to find that balance. Got to find the balance.
Well, any card that falls into this position is kind of an interesting card, because that is a Taurus energy there. And I realize this is for all fixed signs, but we all have to work on those aspects of maintaining a sense of what is pleasurable and keeps us excited about life, but also what our obligations are. And so it's very interesting, because to me, the Eight of Pentacles also represents apprenticeship. So represents sort of like learning things. And it's like, this is a life thing. Apprenticeships sometimes take years, it's like a journeyman apprentice, that kind of thing.
So in other
you
words,
are going through a process of learning this through your life.
Balance.
Learning, yes, it's a life
learning
goal.
To find that balance.
It's a life goal.
So, using the hand motion today. Sorry.
I'm channeling some inner ethnic part that I'm not going to specifically say. So let's start wrapping that up there. So the first card, Leo, the fire energies, we were thinking here that with the Tower reversed, we need to remember that there are lessons to learn, and we need to be able to impart what our past mistakes were and how we learn from them to others.
We need to let people know that we're going to be there in a crisis. We're not going to fold. We're going to hang in there.
If the tower falls, it needs to be rebuilt.
And card 2, what can I share with others or allow others to share with me? And that was the King of Swords, which I think we both kind of agreed that it was like leadership ability and sound judgment and decisions, objectivity, right. Fair play, all of that.
So then moving to the Aquarius Air Energies, we had the World once again. We had that in the earlier part of the reading. And to me, I said that was kind of like about the fact that we have to use our strong connections with our network, the people we know wherever they are, and the people who value us as we value them, the people who work with us to create order and perfection for all of our worlds. That's what we need to work with. And
working with and not against others, is sure to lead to success, because the World is a card of success achieved when it's upright.
Then the final card, the Taurus Earth card, I'm going to show those again. That one, to me, was seeming to say that what we have to do is really think of things as a life process. This is a journey, like journeyman, the apprenticeship. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. That's the pleasure too, is like life is a journey. If you get there, then it's over. That's what we had for the fixed signs.
Fixed signs. And now we're on to the mutables.
And this will wrap up our reading for the month. So we hope you all enjoy Gemini. Also, too, don't forget to check out our YouTube channel for our live streams, which are twice a week, and a lot of other material we have there. We have emotional outlooks for a weekly forecast. We have Banshee soul stories and other content. So check it out. We have the live tarot reading, or not the live tarot reading, the tarot reading of the day on Facebook and Twitter. So we're trying to bring you as much content as possible, and we're just getting started. We're going to do a lot more in the future because we are closing in on our first year anniversary. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't be scared. Be wondered.
Be wondered?
Be awed. Be something. Be yourself.
Be you.
Be you, yes.
Did you cut? Okay, then. So the first card is for Sagittarius.
Well, let's explain mutables real quickly.
Did we not explain which are the mutables? We have Sagittarius fire is a mutable. Pisces is the water element immutable. Gemini air is the air element, and Virgo is the earth element.
Mutable signs tend to find themselves moving things, shifting things to the next energy that's going to take form. So they're kind of like closing down the business and opening up the new business.
So the first card is, how will I need to shift my perspective during this period?
And we have the Nine of Wands.
Reversed.
All right. Well, I think what this says is that sometimes we have to understand that we are hard pressed at times.
We're fallible.
We may have to understand that sometimes things have a natural ending and that we may have given it the good fight. Maybe the fight isn't over, but maybe it's time to just sort of, recoup a little bit. And that's probably what this is saying is like, just
I think that is what it's saying,
recoup.
Is it's a time for you to retreat. Like we haven't done enough of that already, right? You're probably figuring, what the? But I think for you and specifically, it's saying, you need to step back a little bit from something that you've been working on or hoping for because it's time to take a step back and reassess.
I think this is kind of valid for mutable signs in particular because I think they do tend to maybe get a little higher strung on some levels because they're always thinking about shifting and they're always looking for something new, and so they're sort of always working on change.
So, how are others' emotions affecting you? This is the Pisces water element. Oh my, the Queen of Swords reversed.
We're feeling a little bit challenged here. We're feeling
a little
like
cold. Is it getting cold in here or is it just me?
I knew you were leaning towards that. But I think that we're thinking that other people are just developing some harsher edges. It may not be that they're really being unfair or mean, but they're just going with literally the letter of the law that says, I only have to do this much. I have to give you this much consideration. And so we're not feeling warmth there. We are feeling cold.
I think he's kind of nailed it there because I'm thinking that other emotions are affecting you by making you feel cold. I mean, I think it's, you're feeling, like they're shutting you down, in some way. They're making you feel cold. And maybe that's playing into the retreat element a little bit here, at the first card.
Ah, yes, you mutable signs. Sometimes it is better to just step back. So now we're on card 3.
Card 3 is Gemini air. What do you want to read it? I'm sorry, I'm taking
the air part or the Gemini part of our equation here with mutable. The question: what do I need to know or find out for a better position myself for success? And we have
the Devil reversed. Wow! So it's how to break free of things that have been holding you back and restricting you, which sounds like a lot of what we were talking about already for this month.
Right.
So, I'm sorry. So basically, you need to find out how to break free. How to make others respect you more or treat you better, instead of leaving you cold, etc.
I think you're also looking to at the idea that maybe you're going to examine what some of your habits were, some of the things you were doing. You're going to be in a process of saying, these things don't help me position myself. These things detract from how I'm trying to sell myself or how I'm trying to be or how I'm trying to be more effective. So you're going to be reviewing some of that too. You're going to be getting rid of all these codependent things or these things that just are bad habits for you, things that hold you back a little bit.
Very good. And card 4 is Virgo Earth. What kind of adjustments will I need to make this month in order to be more effective and achieve success? Well, I was hoping for a better card here. It's been all reversals for you mutables today. We got the 2 of Pentacles reversed. And speaking of mutable a little bit here,
okay, you want me to talk first?
I'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
Basically, what kind of adjustments do you need to make? You need to get things. You need to get things in balance. You need to try to pull it together. It seems like there's a lot of scattered energy this month.
There's very much scattered energy, and it may be too that some of the other things that are going on this month really will add that perspective of imbalance, that maybe there's going to be a few shakeups. There's maybe going to be some problems with you handling your money life or your family life or things like that, and you're going to find yourself really hard pressed there, and that's the adjustments you're going to have to make. You may have to make some choices here, and I think when we review here, we see that with the 9 of Wands, we're going to take a step back in many ways, and I think that most of the cards are telling us something like that. So this is our wrap up here, is that we will have to, shift our perspective perhaps by really taking a cue and stepping back, recooling, so to speak. With our water element, we are finding that there's a severity with other people, their emotions. Maybe people are just really had it, and we should remember that, but we're just going to be affected by that a little bit.
I haven't said anything, so go ahead and do yours, and I'll do mine.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, well, with Gemini, here what I'm seeing here is that we just really need to think about all of those bad habits and addictions and things like that that we need to get rid of. So we're going to be reviewing that too over this month, shifting our perspectives on that. And then finally, with card 4, the Earth element, and it is an Earth element card there, the Pentacles. So I think what it's telling us is that we have to learn balance. Balance is really just so important, and we have to really understand that all these things shift around a lot and will shift again. Tarot is a snapshot in time and all that.
Okay, so basically I flow with the go here, Mr. O.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what I did there?
Yes.
So at any rate, the 9 of Wands reversed is basically, with the first one, how will I need to shift perspective is, realize you can't win every battle. Number one, that's something I'm just going to throw out there. I didn't say it the first time, but also that, you need to realize it's time to step back a little bit and reassess your position. Card number 2 is about how others' emotions are affecting you. They're making you feel cold. They're just, they've shut you down or something, and you just feel isolated or kind of left out of the loop, or just feeling as if they don't care about you. Card number 3 is basically what you need to find out to better position yourself for success. Maybe look into, I think Mr. O touched on it, those habits that may be holding you back, that may be negative and not productive, for the direction you want to go in. And card number 4, I was going to say before he went into the final part here, that I'm wondering if it isn't meaning that you are going to have a bit of imbalances in your financial sector, your more material financial sector of life, that's going to be throwing everything else in kind of a whirlwind. So, expect energies to be a little bit scattered for you mutables in the month ahead.
So there you have it. Once again, another mutable, monthly modality messages.
For all the mutable. I should have quit while I was ahead, Mr. O.
I know how to sum it up. This is the only tarot astrological reading you need a month.
Okay.
So thank
But
you for
check out
joining
other
us.
readers as well. There's some
Of
great
course.
readers out there. We'll see you guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.